Hi again, everyone. This video is sponsored by contribution from Ashley, and here's her story. And I'm feeling much better. Sorry, I'm so scruffy. I just haven't cleaned myself up yet. Here we go. Hey, Ollie, my name is Ashley. I've actually been following your YouTube channel for almost a year now. I am sure you get absolutely tons of messages, so I'll be as brief as possible. I have been with my boyfriend for almost 5 years now, and we have been best friends since 2007. We do have a daughter together. We are a very established couple in terms of how society would view us. I have a horrible relationship with his parents, not his family, just his parents. This has in turn caused so many problems between he and I. About 2 years ago, his mother created a board on Pinterest titled A&H, those would be my initials, and we followed each other on Pinterest. On this board, she pinned things about narcissism and things like that that I had never heard of. Seriously, I never even heard the word narcissism. She'd only pinned to this board after she had conversed with her son, or something in her mind had happened. Eventually, I started to look into narcissism, and I realized that literally everything she was pinning in regards to me even more appropriately apply to her. Went further down the rabbit hole of research and became aware of gaslighting. This is where I started to watch the YouTube channel. I'm so 100% sure I'm not a crazy person. Everything these two people do is off the wall crazy and dramatic, and they catastrophize everything. Catastrophe. It's like a catastrophe. I don't know why I can't say it. Catastrophize everything. Everything. Fast forward past a lot of drama. It was splitting my boyfriend and I up, which is what her intention is, because I have a sneaking suspicion she might have raised him as one of these son husbands. I start to go to therapy and try to figure out what more I can do to prevent losing him and the father of my child. I went by myself initially because talking to him about his parents or the way they make me feel was like talking to a brick wall that yelled back even more hurtful shit. And this was my fear when you said, well, first of all, the Pinterest thing is ridiculous. I fucking hate Pinterest. I hate a lot of social media. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm not really a big fan. But Pinterest is one of these places where you just post these pictures. I have had so many subscribers write about being bullied on Pinterest. So when an older woman is on Pinterest, it always puts a red flag in my head. Anybody on Pinterest always. Charlene, my wife uses Pinterest, and I say the same thing to her, and she says, like, yeah, it's kind of silly. But the fact that you said that she starts these pinnings on Pinterest after talking to her son leads me to believe that your boyfriend is shit talking you to his mom because he was raised as a son husband. And what further solidifies that for me is when you went to therapy and you tried to talk to him about this stuff, he starts screaming and yelling at you. That's typical narcissistic defense. Eventually, the therapist wanted to meet him. First off, he was pissed off that I went to therapy. Of course he was, because you're airing their dirty laundry. You're about to split up. You're about to cause a divorce between narcissistic mother and son husband. Okay? He understands what's going on with his mother, but he can't cut the umbilical cord. And he doesn't want to be faced by somebody like a therapist, okay? Because title is everything in narcissism. If you have some sort of title and that person with a title is telling you something negatively about you, they can't handle it. Because like I said, with narcissism, status is everything. Being the top of the mountain is everything. Being able to look down your nose at somebody and gaslight them and make them feel like they're inferior is everything. And that's what they see somebody like a therapist who wants to talk to them in your situation as. Shit, this person's a doctor and you're about to call me on all my bullshit. That's why you get the vitriolic rejection. pissed off that I didn't tell him. It's these little things that make me feel like I'm a bad person. If I would have told him, he wouldn't have let me go, or he would have told me how stupid it was that I needed to go. Anyways, the therapist dropped us after 8 sessions together, and the last thing she told us to do was to go no contact with his family and him to go no contact with mine. He's never had contact with mine. He doesn't like my family, doesn't agree with their religion, thinks they're white trash because they live on a farm. My dad smokes, my mom is fat. You get it. He doesn't like them for reasons that they have nothing that have nothing to do with who they are as people. Right, and that just further proves my point to you about why he's so vitriolic to the therapy. Because he's on a position, just like mommy and his parents, that he wants to be able to look down his nose at people. Okay? He can't really look down his nose at a therapist who's going to explain his own dysfunction right to him. Can he? Can he? This guy's bad news. The family's bad news. I say all of that to say that originality, I felt like my issue was with his mother. I'm sorry. I say all of that to say that originally I felt like my issue was with his mother and my father, whom I do not even doubt that they are extremely narcissistic, but not full-blown NPD. But the longer this all goes on, I'm starting to realize that my boyfriend is almost turning into them. Now, he is them. I just don't know how to heal from any of this, and I feel like I'm starting to go even more crazy now that I'm looking for narcissism in every discussion with him. Does that not make me the crazy one? No. Should I just stop researching and take a break? Sorry for the incredibly long message. Thank you for what you do. You've been a great person to listen to. Okay. And the rest is just some personal. Okay. No, because look, the reason why he yells at you, the reason why he tries to prevent all this is to stop you from digging. He doesn't, as far as he's concerned, there's no problem here. You're at the point where you're ready, you're going to therapy. The therapist is telling you to go no contact and he's rejecting it. He won't even accept that there's a problem. So how do you expect it to ever be fixed? He wants you to stop researching. He wants you to take a break. That's why he's doing it. He is a son husband. He is a son husband to his narcissistic mother. He's not special. He's not special. He's not unique. This is typical. This is a typical narcissistic dynamic. And it repeats itself over and over and over again. And not only will this guy not ever change, he's not even close to even admitting that there's a problem that needs to be changed. The problem's is going to be you. It's always going to be you. That's just the way it is. He seems like he's too far down the rabbit hole to stop, and he's never going to stop. And the more you research this, Ashley, the further deeper you're going to get into this rabbit hole, the more you're going to discover how abusive and how much bullshit him and his family are doling out. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for your and his child. So here's what I would do if I were you. I'd give him one ultimatum. We're going to find a therapist and work on this, or that's it. I will not have anything to do with your mother or father anymore. Those are the only, there is no negotiating this. None. No negotiating. None of it. And you don't want to accept it, then he's telling you you're not worth it. That mommy is more important, will always be more important. That won't ever change. If you're planning on starting a life with somebody, which you've kind of already done because you have a child and you spent 7 years, what is your future in any of this? Because it doesn't get any better. It's only continued to get worse. And the only thing that your boyfriend has done in regards to this is to get you to try to ignore what the truth is. So no, don't stop digging. Never stop digging in regards to recovering from narcissistic abuse and exposing narcissism for what it is. So thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any comments or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, or you'd like to set up a private Skype chat or have a private video made, you know what to do with the PayPal and email link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.